Hello everybody, and welcome back to another beautiful day on the High Voltage server. This is the Captain speaking, and I'd like to start today by saying Happy Halloween to everybody. I've gone ahead and taken the liberty today, and I've dressed up like the Human Torch, because I love to place torches so much that everyone gives me flack for it. So there. I'm going to quickly throw on some armor. Leave my head bare though, because it looks cool. So today I'm just going to do a short little video showing off a few of the things that I've been doing in the last couple weeks. I haven't been quite as active as normal, but I've still been tinkering around with a couple of things. So the first thing here is at my main base. I've been building this secondary tower. I believe I've showed this off before, but it's coming along. I'm still building. I'm not sure what it quite looked like in my last video, so might be more or less done on it than I recall. I'm going to show it off quickly, and then I do have another collaborative project I've been involved with that I want to let you guys know about very quickly. So I was reading earlier today that 1.9 is getting close to being finished. They're just working on a few bug fixes and other things. I'm of course reminded because the last snapshot I tried to launch a boat like this into the water, it didn't work so well. I should quickly put my helmet on in case. So I'm not exactly happy with some of the boat mechanics, but they might still be working on that with some of the fixes. I certainly hope so, otherwise some of the things that I've built here at my base won't be quite so useful. That said, I don't know if 1.9 would get people interested in playing a game enough, or if it might necessitate a map change, so I don't know. I don't know if I'll ever have to worry about 1.9 being an issue. We may or may not even update to it anytime in the near future. Okay, so I'm going to give you guys a quick tour of this. I've really been trying to expand my building skills a little bit. I've tried to add a little bit more texturing and layers. And the sides are still lacking a bit. I'm going to have to figure something out for that, but the front I think looks pretty cool. And inside I've been trying to add a slight bit of a different feature to each floor to make it feel a little different from the one before. Break up some of the monotonity? I'm not sure how you... Must be monotonous. Anyways, not important. Yeah, I still have a few floors. I think 2 more floors to go. I want to have the top floor more or less flush with the bridge over, so I've got a little bit more to go. Building has kind of stalled out on this a bit. I'm not terribly inspired or motivated to build any more floors on this just right now. Like I said, I'm trying to make things a little different, so I'm resisting the urge to just, place blocks and just, get my height limit reached. I did that a little bit with this, and it shows a little bit. There's a little bit of banding going on, right? So bands of the same blocks, just to try to get up high enough so I could eventually get my boat launcher to work. And I'm trying to avoid doing the same thing here. So I'm waiting until I've got a few ideas that I can work with to try to make it look kind of interesting. And I'm not sure what I'm going to fill the floors with. It's mostly, I think, for outside appeal. It looks pretty cool. I keep testing the lava flow to make sure it works, and having the lava flow on the front of the building makes it look pretty cool. So yeah, I'm going to keep chipping away at that bit by bit, and maybe in a couple of weeks, if I make another video, there'll be a bit more to show. If you have any suggestions, let me know. I'm always open to ideas. But that's what I've been tinkering on with here. Let's see, where do I land? Oh yeah, that's a nice shot. I've got a couple of pumpkins set up just for Halloween. I'm not big into celebrating the Halloween. I haven't actually dressed up in quite a few years now, but I mean, it's easy enough to just change your skin and place down a few jack-o'-lanterns and make the server all a little more Hallowe'eny. So I'm going to go ahead now and head off to the next spot. While I do that, though, I can maybe talk a little bit about some of my impressions of 1.9 snapshots. I'm disappointed by the boats, obviously. The combat system is interesting, though. You've probably seen how there's the hit delay now, or the swing delay, which is kind of cool. I think for the axe, it's going to make knockback a necessity, right? So you have a little bit of time before your swing to recharge before. Oh, every once in a while, my game does that to me. Just, I don't know. So yeah, knockback might be more of a thing. Switching weapons takes a little longer, and I don't know if they've done anything, or if it's just my impression, but it feels like hitboxes are a bit different now too. So it makes for some interesting mechanics. So enough about that for now. You might have noticed I've gone into the south tunnel. Yes, we are building in the south. It's mostly an abandoned tunnel. There's the Guardian farm, and then the underwater village that Paper and I worked on. But there's this new tunnel here. When Cave Knox originally mentioned wanting to do another collaborative project with Team West, we wanted to build someplace out of the way, right? Because there's not a lot of unclaimed space left on the map, really, that's, out of the way. So when he mentioned that, I thought it might be fun to build in the southwest corner of the map, which now, as you can see, is a Mesa Biome. So I've never actually built in a Mesa Biome before, which is part of the reason why I thought we should do it here. The other reason is that it's only really accessible by boat. There's a big sea that flows to the north and to the east from here, and the southwest corner of the map is just over there. So if you're coming from within the build zone, the only way to get here is by boat, or I guess now by nether, which made this probably the least explored terrain by anybody. Our only real neighbor will be Paper Hearts. She's further east from here, and then Fratz's mining is to the north. So not a lot of reason for people to even come here for clay, because Fratz's mining operation is actually between anybody's base and here, pretty much. So yeah, when we were scouting this area out, we found a nice little bit of a secluded valley. We have had to level. There's a pretty big hill in the middle here, and then one out by the river that we had to level, along with taking down a few blocks of clay. But yeah, Cave Knox and I hopped on one night with the beacon, and we leveled that out quickly. He built this little railway down. We've had to since break it, but it serves as a pretty good place to stand and take a look at the overall terrain, which is pretty cool looking, I think. We're going, I think, and I'm saying I think a lot, but I'm not exactly sure of all the things. But I believe, see, I dodged it that time. I believe our goal here is a western village. So just last night, I was helping Cave Knox a little bit with his western style saloon here. Now he'd mentioned he was looking at pictures of like western style towns and saloons, so we had the idea in mind for this pretty quickly. Once he leveled out a bit of the terrain and got the oak, he just slapped this together really quickly, which is cool. I helped just a little bit, but I mostly just stood back and watched as he did his magic. So he's got a couple rooms up here for those people who have a bit too much to drink and need to stay the night. Of course, we'll be able to play a little bit with the alcohol mechanics that Coco added for us, so you can actually, serve alcohol here, which is cool. It looks like the walls are probably going to be the light stained clay. The light gray stained clay. There are a few different colors going on because we weren't quite sure what to go with, but now that I see it, I think the gray stained clay is the way to go. I also liked the pink, but it might be a little bright for a saloon. especially in the Wild West. But I'm not sure. So the other thing I should mention quickly is these orange sand blocks are marking, or we're planning on putting the roads. So these will be the center of the road. So the road will go, something like this. Just to help us all visualize it. So the saloon is right on the corner here of the major intersection, which is a prime location for it. And of course, the Western style saloons were right off the sidewalk, so that's perfect. I'm not sure what our roads are going to be made of just yet, but we're more or less just marking out the paths and the plots. We also want to put some rail lines through because Western towns often had the railway, so not exactly sure where that's going yet. The other thing I did last night was took advantage of this little indent in the clay and slapped up a quick little house. I wasn't feeling particularly creative, and I hadn't really slept well the night before, so that's about all I did. Other than that, we spent some time. We added 3 levels to the river to raise it up a bit, threw in a quick little waterfall, and then opened it up to the sea right here. Do I have my boat? I have my boat still. Magnificent. So yeah, we made it accessible. This is the only spot where you can see into the valley from the water because it's surrounded by mountains, which is pretty cool. Gives it a really nice secluded feel. Originally, we'd been considering maybe making it like a bit of a ghost town, but I'm not sure how much of that is still kind of on our minds. It'd be a great location for one, but it might be more fun to build an actual functional village, because that's what we at Team West do, So yeah, it looks pretty cool from here. And I shaved enough of the blocks away from the river that you can actually ride your boat safely up, which is cool. I'm not sure how that'll work, if that'll work at 1.9, but in the meantime, it's a cool little feature. And calling myself the captain obliges me to care about boats. I have to. It's a rule or something. Okay, so this is marking out where we're thinking of putting a bridge. Not sure if it's going to be a footbridge or a rail bridge. Diagonal railways are kind of a pain, so we might make this a footbridge and have the rail cross somewhere else, maybe over here, where there's a bit more of a straight shot. We'll have to see. We're not exactly sure how we're running the railway yet. And personally, I think we should probably wait until we have a few more of the buildings, because I think it's easier to build a railway around a town than a town around a railway. I might have that backwards, though. I don't know. So Cave also gave us a quick tunnel through here. We're probably going to expand this, and then as our little valley fills up a bit more, we'll build a little bit more of the town out here. We have a ton of space. That further dirt T, I think, is our edge for the build zone. So there's a lot of space left. And we're thinking probably of putting like the docks out here for trading and fishing. Maybe a warehouse, and then some of the cheaper real estate. Because of course, that's how things work in real life. You have your richer and your poorer neighborhoods. So I think we were considering maybe having the richer inside and the poorer outside, or vice versa. I'm not sure. Mind you, with the small house I built, this might make more sense as the poorer neighborhood. But we'll see. We still have a lot of planning to do. We have more ideas than anything, I think, at this point. And should put those up. And there's tons of possibilities for for this build. Now, the other thing we were thinking of doing with the railway was doing it slightly roller coastery style and running it through tunnels through the mountains and through some of the valleys. So I can show you quickly that we have some pretty cool natural terrain here to do that with. So there's a nice... Ooh, I should light this up quickly, because that's how I do. It's not a captain video unless I place, at least so many torches. So yeah, there's a great natural valley that we could run a really cool rail system through. Have it go through a couple mountains. Maybe roller coaster style, maybe not. But yeah, some great natural valleys. All those torches are still within the build zone. I think the corner is just, if you can make it out just under my crosshair, there's the cobble pillar. I think that's the actual corner of the map that you can safely build on. So we've got a ton of space to use. Some really cool hills and valleys, some hilltops. I'm not sure how far to the west our village is going to extend from over there, but there are a few options. And if you're interested in helping out, you can just talk to Cave or myself. I don't think we'd mind having a few more people help out. I don't expect it, certainly, because I know a lot of people... Yeah, there's the corner. So there's still all this space, too. But I know a lot of people are tired of the Minecraft, and they have other things going on, so that's cool. I don't know if we were to update to 1.9 and or have a map reset, if that would bring people back or not. I could see it being perhaps a little bit of fun trying to deal with the new combat and mobs on a fresh map when you don't have so many supplies or places to hide, but I'm not going to hold my breath on that. I'm still happy playing the game, so that's, I think, what really matters. Anyways, I think that's enough for today. Have yourselves a safe and happy Halloween. If you're staying at home and handing out candy to the kids, I hope you have a great time with that. If you're going out for the night, I hope you have fun with that too. And just make sure you stay safe. So thanks for watching. I'll probably update again in a couple of, maybe a week or two, depending on how things go. And otherwise, we'll see you guys in the next one. Bye now.